Hello. So what I'm trying to tell you, what I'm going to tell you this is a culmination of problems I'm going through in my life. This is literally just a blog, basically. I'm not even playing games anymore. Even though that's what I want to put on YouTube, that's just something I can't deliver anymore. I want to be able to, so I really know how to do, but I got a lot of problems going on in my life that I have to make this heard and understood. I've had traumatic experiences even as a child, through school. I, I mean, at home as a child, at school as a child, and a teenager, adult, and as a Boy Scout, and many other things, and many other places. First off, I'm going to cover school. I literally cannot mention people of my home as a child. I will not and I cannot. I do not want any people I have lived with to. I don't want them to be a target of anything. I won't do that to them, and I don't want them to think any to lose their love and care that they currently give me. I will not do that to them, not their expense. Anyway, school. I went to one of those elementary schools that didn't have a firm grasp at mental illness. I will admit I do have a form of mental illness. It's called Asperger's syndrome. It's a form of autism. I've had it since I was born. I was diagnosed with it in elementary school. Some of you may not even know what that is. I encourage you to look it up. Many people right now are going to be like, ha 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 ha. That's funny. We're going to like you less for it. Those are the same people that look down on others for having any sort of problem, for any sort of difference in behavior, and act like that these people don't need any sort of help. They think it's a joke. They think it's okay. Those people need to either read a Bible. And I'm saying that even though I'm not religious, those sort of people really do need God. And they probably need to be told by literal law enforcement or parents that can and will tell them different to actually tell them different. Really, no one has. They think you think differently, you act differently. We're gonna hate you for it because you're different. That was the exact same thinking when slaves were brought to, or when the first Native Americans were discovered in America, South America, the Central America, doesn't matter. When they were first discovered and brought to Britain, because they acted different, because they talked different, because they looked different, because their skin color was different, they were hated and treated differently. Just for that. They were treated less human. How is that any different from laughing at someone with autism? How is that different from treating anybody who 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 has any sort of sexual preference other than normal, so quote unquote, any sort of form of quote unquote normalcy? In the eyes of say someone it, it's still, it's not right. It's not right to judge someone just because of that. I'm smiling right now because those people should really, literally be accused of hate crimes, even if it is the internet. The internet may not be the safest place in the world, and a lot of it should stay, in my opinion, uncensored. But it's the people that bring it up as a joke, in that sense, that truly need to be punished. They do. I see videos of people getting bullied, getting assaulted, for wearing different articles of clothing, even if it's not outwardly, even inherently or directly offensive to anybody or any personal groups, other than people that hate those kind of people in particular, not because of political opinion, which apparently that's also common, but because they think differently. Hold on, let me fix this. People keep there's literally a movement that says lives matter. I think there's other movements that need to be established in that same sense. Furry lives matter. They do. Underneath that suit, they're still human, aren't they? Think about that for a moment. You're beating up a person. They're following the laws. Yet you're tackling them. You're punching them. You're the one going to jail for assault. It's that simple. You are breaking the law when you attack them in some way. Even in video games have rules. But some people actually want to do some crazy things. I'm not supporting any idea of. There's a law being passed right now where people are trying to pass a law where, like in say the game known as VR chat, if you literally, if you have a character model or avatar that does something violent that literally has no effect or any outward problems or impact on anybody else other than a form of intimidation, that could be considered a arrestable offense. It's not. But the words you there's a phrase, sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That's not even true. Words do hurt. It hurts people worldwide. When I was a kid, there was such thing as stop Asian hate. Now there's a whole nother movement along the same lines going around. You know the one. But no one's saying stop furry hate. Stop autism hate. Stop mental illness hate. Nobody's saying that. Nobody. And if there are people that are doing it, they're not exactly voicing that very loud. Not like these other movements are. Not at all. In some cases, those quote quieter movements are going through games to voice an opinion. Yet people that play those games are preaching a different message that's more hateful than anything. But I'm getting way off topic. Way. I did this to do about me, not about hate. Anyway, I was treated different because I was diagnosed with a form of autism in school. I was I was literally when I was in elementary school, I was attacked. I was harassed. Teachers looked away and said they didn't see anything whenever I brought their attention, and the subject was dropped. They didn't tell anybody else higher up. They just let it happen. I want you to think about what if that was what if you were in my shoes in that sense. What would you have done? I went to my mother. My mother went to the school board. School board almost literally laughed at her, saying, "We don't have any evidence other than your child's word. We can't do anything." And then, as by the time I went to high school, and only by the time I went to high school, were cameras in buildings. And as far as I know, it was only in the high school where there are cameras. And this school district was considered exclusive. Yet they couldn't even afford cameras in older buildings, even for elementary school kids. That doesn't make any sense. When I was a Boy Scout, I was harassed. I was teased. I was bullied. I would go to the troop leaders. Troop leaders said they would take care of it. Next time I went to Boy Scouts, it continued. And at one point, one of the troop leaders said, "What do you want me to do? Tell them not to do it?" Literally, is what he said. They said. He said. That, you know what? As long as I'm not mentioning any names or whoever, it won't matter. I'm not even mentioning the troop number for that number. Anyway, you know who you are. You know God will judge you. Honestly, I'm not religious, but you know what? Clearly, Boy Scouts are because we were literally operating in and out of a church at one for our meetings. Does that not tell you something? Does that not tell you that while you went to church, when we were all doing the meetings, that you weren't being judged by God at some point? Stating with knowledge that you just basically blew off the idea that someone was being harassed, teased, bullied, and you did nothing but insult those who were being victimized. I hope you can live with yourself knowing that. I hope so. And it got to the point where I had to leave the Boy Scouts. I tried rejoining twice. But all the progress I did towards moving up in the echelons in the Boy Scout ranks, that disappeared the moment I left the first time. And so I didn't even want to be there anymore because I had to redo all the things I did, which were already taxing as they were. Whereas, and when I had done them, I was glad to never have to do them ever again. But then I had to do them all over again, and then I got too old and wasn't even allowed to move up in the ranks anymore because there's an age limit to that in the Boy Scouts. So I couldn't even become an Eagle Scout. I was stuck after a while as a tenderfoot. I stopped going after a while. I stopped. I would have been either second class or first class. I can't even remember. Yeah, there's technically ranks in the Boy Scouts. How's that for knowledge? Anyway. I couldn't even be a member of my community through the Boy Scouts after that. I thought my Boy Scout troop really did, to my knowledge, too much in the community anyway. We were just kind of existing. We did a lot of fundraisers. Honestly, I don't know where all the money we were using for the fundraisers even was going, but that's none of my business. I feel like because I was just a kid in amongst people that would judge me if I even said anything or did anything. Apparently. I didn't want to make this video. I was afraid of hurting those I care about, to be horribly bullied even more, to be targeted. I don't want. I don't like the idea of making this video. But I have enough problems going on with the internal other than I have barely can take care of this apartment, okay? This is a new apartment for me. I only moved in, I don't know, less than a year ago. And I'm already struggling to stay in it. And on top of that, I have this internal struggle with all these traumatic memories of house fires, chimney fires, beloved pets passed away due to at the time unknown illnesses. I was even as a kid. That's just as a kid. I felt like I was just a kid then. I don't know what to do about it. I don't know how else to approach this sort of situation. But to make my feelings, my thoughts hurt. If you're viewing this, you clearly care enough to either want to make fun of me about it, or to feel some sort of sympathy or understanding about it. I'll know by the comments. I'll know by the memes. I watch Vines, my daily Vines, so yeah, I'll know about those. But to all those that preach hate, who preach who go into people's comments just because they have a different way of living, have a different way of thought, and no way is hateful towards others. There's no way harmful to others. Those that are doing such harmful acts to those people, to the people that are literally the victim of another's actions, I want you to know your actions will have consequences. Not from me, maybe not even from God, because I'm gonna say I'm not even religious. I didn't have. I'm gonna be honest. I got bored going to church as a kid. I wish I went more. I literally couldn't sit there because my pastor literally bored me to tears, and I got embarrassed just walking up and down the pew aisles. Don't know even why. So yeah, yeah, that was that. Um, I mean, I was a kid. I haven't really gone there since. I might have to visit there sometime soon. See if they have a new pastor, or maybe he's still the same monotone dude, like from that one TV show. You know the one. I'm gonna rotate this, get more comfortable for a moment. And yes, I'm in my bed. I don't have a desk. Can't afford a desk. I don't have a lot of money. I literally will pan my camera around the room. But if you want me to, leave a comment if you want me to. Let me show you my whole apartment, because it is a new apartment basically. I just got some furniture for it. Only just. It is a low income apartment. Anyway. Um yeah, I think this video proves that I'm alive. At least. Um Financially I'm okay for the moment. I tried getting a job. Never got any word on any sort of job listing or anything I've been trying to. That's yeah. I want to be able to. I want to be able to say something wholesome. I want to be able to say something inspiring. I just don't have the words. I really don't. I will just say this. I've got a lot of problems going on, both with my extended family, my old household, my living arrangements. I got a lot of problems that I can't even discuss on the internet. I really do wish I had a more successful life. Who knows, I might write a book. That is one thing. I did manage to get a book published thanks to the help of teachers back from elementary school, but if you look it up, and I did try looking it up, I can't find it anywhere. I don't even think they're distributing the book anymore, so if you have a copy by a book from the writer named Agent Classified, it's kind of a rare book because it's not sold anymore. Because it's a terrible book. It was written by a small time elementary school student who has never written a book previously their whole life. Yeah. Anyway. Um yeah. Well, I think I've covered all I wanted to cover right now. Thank you for watching this much. Bye. Stay safe. Yeah.